One. Hello, YouTube. This is Anarchy with Psycho Culture Movie Review, Hunger Games, Mockingjay, Part 1. Instantly I hate it because they decided to split the fucking thin-ass book into 2 parts when you don't need to. Why do you... Fuck you, Hollywood, you greedy fucks. Well, okay, if it works for Harry Potter, that's one thing. That is a global phenomenon. But it does not work for Twilight, because it fucking blows. It doesn't work for the Divergent series, because it's a Hunger Games ripoff. It doesn't work for Maze Runner, because it's a Hunger Games ripoff with the male being a lead character. Just, jeez, why do they do that? Now, before I get into the movie review, let me quickly say this. Let me just get this out of my system. You should not split movies into 2 parts, books, unless it has a serious, legitimate following. Harry Potter did it because I think 1, they wanted more money, and 2, it actually made sense because people didn't want the series to end. You can't cram the last 7th book, which had so much shit, into 1 movie. It made sense to split it into 2 parts. The same thing for Avengers and Justice League. If you people say, oh, that's a cop-out, let me rephrase this by saying comic book storylines always come out in parts. Infinity Gauntlet, Days of Future Past, Civil War, Crisis on Infinite Earths. Those are storylines you can't tell in 2 or 3 issues. You need entire, 12 at least, to tell the story. That's why, when they're splitting up comic book movie superhero I just got a mouthful. When you split superhero movies into parts, it actually makes more sense because you're trying to tell a story that involves multiple characters. This is why it doesn't work for Mockingjay, because it only tells the story of one Katniss taking down one bad guy. It works for Avengers and it works for Justice League because it's a bunch of superheroes. It's an ensemble cast taking down a bunch of bad guys, or one big bad like Thanos or Darkseid. That's why it makes sense to divide those 2. Because you really expect for the Avengers Infinity War to be one solid movie? That's stupid. You're talking about fucking Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, who could just say this and the entire universe is gone. No, it makes sense to split it up. It doesn't make sense to split up Mockingjay parts into 2 parts, because the first part, this movie, was boring! Oh my god, I fell asleep halfway through the movie, and when I woke up, I'm like, what happened? And then I forced myself to go see it again, to see the rest of it. This is just like the book. When I read the book, I just got so bored of it. It was boring. I just shut the book. I was like, I don't want to read it anymore. It wasn't entertaining. Once again, Jennifer Lawrence is like the awkward Katniss Everdeen who's trying to reignite a revolution with District 13. It's just, it was cool seeing all that. But Catching Fire was without a doubt the high note of the series. It was just not that good. I don't know what happened. It was just, there was these long periods where nothing happened. They were just like, where Katniss was talking, trying to contact Snow, President Snow, trying to say some shit to you, and they were trying to do these propaganda videos. I didn't find it interesting or engaging at all. Some people from the book may say, oh, it's really good, but me personally, as a moviegoer, if this isn't directed by Steven Spielberg, Scorsese, if this isn't directed by Tarantino, Scorsese, or Spielberg, you should have something better than just dialogue and long periods of silence. Ask Tarantino, Spielberg, or Scorsese for help, because they're the masters at it. So this movie drags on. There's a few action scenes. I think they show all the action scenes in the fucking trailer, just like they are doing in Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2, which I'm gonna see this weekend, don't worry. But just, I don't know, it just dragged on. It didn't have anything interesting. Finnick, half the characters from the previous movie barely got any screen time. Like Finnick, who was my favorite character, he barely got any screen time. And sadly, this is Philip Seymour Hoffman's final role. You know, take my hat off over the heart. Sorry to see him go. But other than that, it's just not that good. Oh my god, I was so bored. I was fucking hell, man. I mean, it's bearable, but it's boring! Holy fucking shit, why were you boring, Hunger Games? You're supposed to be Battle Royale! The American... Well, now we know why it's boring. It's American. It's been Americanized. It's the Americanized version of Battle Royale. So, listen, I don't care. You Hunger Games fans, you will love it, and you could have it. Good for you that you love this series. Good for you that you love this book and all that shit. I love Jennifer Lawrence. She's a great actor. But in this one, I just was so bored. I was like, there's nothing happening. Nothing's interesting is happening. It's just... Why? This is why you shouldn't have split the movie. The first half of Mockingjay should have been building up. And the second half should have been the war and all that shit. And spoiler alert, her mom and sister dying. Yes, I just spoiled it for you. Read the books. That's what should have happened. But no, each of these parts is Mockingjay Part 1 and Part 2 should have been an hour each. And they should have combined it together to make a 2 hour or 2 hour 20-minute movie. But no. Hell, even 2 hour 30-minute or 40-minute. People are willing to fucking do that. Because they sat through Lord of the fucking Rings. So, that's all I have to say, really. I didn't like this movie that much. 4 out of 10 for me. Fucking hell. God damn it. This is why I hate the Hollywood industry these days. Don't split these thin-ass books. I'm looking at you, Hobbit. I love you, Hobbit. Really? Battle of the Five Armies was... Okay, I think I said my part. I usually would fart right about now, but I really don't care at this point, so, 4 out of 10, Psychoculture's Anarchy. Adieu.